I met Dr. Hong, the founder of Taijimen, in Europe. He's clearly an ambassador of Chinese culture and spirituality abroad, trying to unite and to have an interreligious dialogue among various groups through what unites us and not through what divides us. This is so needed today in our extremely turbulent world. They are good ambassadors of the values and cultural riches Taiwan stands for, and Taiwan should be grateful for this.
Some of us, including me, in 2019 came to Taiwan for a dialogue on freedom of religion and belief, co-sponsored by the United States State Department and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan. And I too was impressed, first of all, by the fact that the president of Taiwan decided to participate personally there, and second, by her speech, while she strongly advocated for freedom of belief.
Non-governmental organizations in consultative status with the United Nations have been concerned with the Taijimen Qigong Academy case, even if Taiwan is not a member of the United Nations. The Taijimen case has two aspects. One, of the defense of religious and spiritual liberty, and two, the fair and transparent tax procedures. Taijimen has been very active in cultural exchanges with other countries, so that many people have learned of the rich cultural life and heritage of Taiwan. The Taijimen issue has been much discussed in Taiwan, in the media, in the parliament, in law courts, and in public hearings. The issues are clear, and we appeal that the tax issue can be settled in a just and open way as quickly as possible.
Based on these decisions, however, the tax office agreed to reduce to zero the tax bills for Taijimen for all years except year 1992. They claim that for 1992, the appeal terms had expired. But of course, there is no appeal term when decisions are grossly unjust. They can always be revised. It's not about money. Taijimen has spent more in legal expenses than what will pay if they paid the tax bill for 92. It's about principle. They didn't commit any wrongdoing, and they don't want to admit this. It will be false.
I think it's a blemish on what is a very fine system of justice in Taiwan. The role of government, the role of tax authorities, the role of prosecutors, their role is not to seize property, okay? Their role is not to prosecute people. That may be what they do, but that's not their role. What is their role then? Their role is to seek justice. Their role is to follow the rule of law. Because we're not here to prosecute or persecute people, we're here to seek justice. And if justice from information that comes and is learned afterwards shows that a prior ruling, a prior conviction, a prior tax assessment was wrong, then it should be corrected. That is precisely the case in the Taijimen tax case. And it is inconceivable to me that there's even a discussion about 1992. Because the situation and circumstances there were no different than they were for the other years in which there's been a negotiation down to zero of the tax liability. And the world is watching. People are watching how this case is going to be handled. And I encourage all of the decision makers to put a stop to this, to not seize any property, and not perpetuate an injustice that has gone on for 24 years.
It's clear, it's perfectly clear that basing on the whole story of this Teijimen tax case, the tax office should be stopped from making any tax claim for the year 1992. And this is just exactly, as you recalled, based on the principle of estoppel. Government is one. Different agencies cannot take different decisions, but there must be compliance with the law and with the principles. So we all hope that this case may be handled in the perfect way and be concluded in favor of Teijimen.
As long as the problem remains inside the borders of a specific country and is not exposed to the international community, there is no long-standing solution. Building up a coalition of scholars and human rights NGOs and NGOs defending religious freedom, so that Taiwan, which is a thriving democracy, and I want to really stress it, that I've been in Taiwan and I really hail what they have achieved in the last centuries and even now in this period of pandemics. So give visibility to your cause in all the ways that are at your disposal, and we can help you. And the CHESNUR can also be assistance.
It's to be hoped that the current government of Taiwan will be able to repair the damage caused to Teijimen under previous governments since the mid-1990s.
It's a clear case of a few tax bureaucrats hijacking a whole country. This case and the misguided activities of a few bureaucrats really can damage the international image of Taiwan, when I believe Taiwan should and can count on international support and friendship. So I appeal to the President of Taiwan to intervene in this case and to secure that what officers of the government and the highest courts in Taiwan have said it should be done, namely stop what remains of the taxation against Teijimen. This is done quickly and promptly and without causing both unnecessary suffering, further suffering, and without causing any further damage to the image of Taiwan as an advanced democracy and a country where freedom of religion and belief is guaranteed under the rule of law.